Alright, so last video we just kind of did a little bit of shaping, talked about bellying out, collaring in. We did talk about ribs a little bit. This is my favorite tool in the whole wide world. I love this tool. It's versatile, it's good for scraping. You can see that it bends, and you can really use it on the outside of your form. And not only am I scraping off slip right now, but I'm also shaping this. And then on this inside curve, I can turn it the other way, and I can get into every little part of this form with one simple tool. If I had to choose, this would be the tool that I couldn't live without, especially for decorating. Now, a lot of people, I think when they're beginners, they get something like this and they're done. They just want to call it a day. And I'm going to strongly encourage you to not quit here. This is just the beginning. Again, well, I said that at the cylinder, right? So, oh, that's just the beginning. Well, guess what? This is the beginning again. All right, because now we can talk about decoration. It's really important to learn how to break up a form, right? And to understand where the visibility on the form is going to be. Anything from about here down, and you probably from the camera's angle too, you're not going to see. So I wouldn't waste a lot of time here. Right in this area though, that's prime time, baby. You're going to get a lot of people looking right at this zone here, and then again right at the top. That's going to attract a lot of attention. So you better make sure that those two areas have something to look at. I don't like smooth. I'm not a fan. I like things that have texture. I like things that have some breaks in the lines. This is a good opportunity to do something like that. So I think that defining this neck and having it actually stop. How do I stop the neck? Right now it stops there. Nah, I don't like where it stops. I think it's going to stop somewhere out here. I think that's a good spot. See this little corner on the rib? That's an awesome little corner. Because what it can do is as you come up the shape, it can dig in. And it can remove a significant amount of clay and shape the piece. And just like that, we've got a nice break in our form. Alright? That helps us define, well, here's where the neck ends. But maybe now we want to define a shoulder as well as a neck. We can do that. Up here at the top, I'm just going to be careful. I'm going to come down from the top. I'm going to use my favorite tool to dig a little bit right there at the top. Okay. Now we have a belly, a shoulder, and a neck. I love it. I love it. I love when I start to see the form become who it is. Now this would be a great spot if you wanted to do some carving or stamping in this area. This would be a great place to use one glaze, a different glaze, and then another glaze in those three spots. Now I told you that you can't really see down here, but let's say this is up on the high shelf at home. This is like the prized possession in the living room. You're going to see a little bit of that, especially on the side view. So what I'm going to do is put in another one of these ridges, these breaks. So we have 1, 2, 3 breaks in this form now. And I think that helps to define the form a little bit, and it really brings out some of the qualities that we want people to see. Smooth out some of that area. I'm still not a fan of smooth, but this is getting to be leather hard, and I'm treating it kind of like a leather hard piece. Not all of this is going to be visible after it's fired, but you know, if it is, if there's some stuff that you can still see, I want to make sure that it's just the way I want it. Okay, so that's a pretty interesting form. I would say stamp, 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 stamp. Get some interesting sprigs, or get a stamp and push it in those little areas. I think that this piece is ready to come off the wheel. I don't think that there's too much I want to do more on the actual wheel itself. So I'm going to skip to the video where we take it off and show you how that works.